Hey everybody, it's your friend Kevin and here with another video. I haven't really got anything specific or interesting to share with you, only that I want to come and say hi and just really take I don't know if you want to call it a forecast, a pulse or what have you, with what I'm going through and what maybe you're going through, and then pull some cards and see what kind of a message we've got from Spirit. So this morning I've been digging and diving into some of the astrological types of things that are going on, that are coming up, just to explain a little bit about the energy that I'm feeling. I don't know about you, but I have for a little while, and I'm talking about maybe a couple of months, had a little bit of insomnia. There you go. I will wake up 12:30, 1 o'clock. Now I won't get up, I won't get out of bed and go about my business, but for the longest time I have typically gotten up anywhere between 3:30 and 4:30. It's a really lovely time of the day for me. And then I went through a bout of where I slept a lot. Probably could have taken a prize for sleeping in the week between Christmas and New Year, more so than normal. I think one day last week I slept so much I almost got a little bit of a headache. And then the pull of last weekend's full moon on January 17th that was in Cancer being the ruled by the moon, and then this being a full moon in Cancer, it was really quite emotional in a way that had me doing the roller coaster of emotions: sadness, frustration, anger, insecurity, vulnerability, all of the deep, like I almost want to say, if you imagine you were on a deep ocean at night and you were just rocking and rolling, it was just ongoing. When I feel like this, when these feelings are going through, for me, I recognize emotions and thoughts and situations is a bit like a weather pattern inside the physical body. The way I like to explain it to myself is to imagine that I am part of a big cosmic shift, and being part of it, it's not unheard of to be affected by it. We have the law of gravity pushing us down into the earth, which has to do with the magnetic field of the actual earth in the atmosphere of the other planets, all working with the sun's energy. And obviously the moon is the opposing planet, which is why we get full moon, new moon, three-quarter moon, etc. And it does seem, and astrology has proven, if you go to I think it's cosmicweather.com. I wrote it down this morning. I was doing I like to do a little journaling, and anytime I get a YouTube video that gives me some notes, I write them down. Where is that thing that I wrote down? Let me see here somewhere. Okay, spaceweather.com. Spaceweather.com. We're going through a galactic upgrade and the geomagnetic upgrade, which apparently, according to Pam Gregory, not Pamela Gregory, but pamgregory.com, and you find her on YouTube. I might even slot in a link into this video so you can follow it. We are basically moving at warp speed. So some of you may be experiencing ringing in the ears. Some of you may be experiencing thinking about something and then pop, here it comes. Some of you may be losing things like small household items, keys, stuff like that, and all of a sudden you find them in obscure places that you didn't put them. All of these little oddities that have been occurring for me, that I've now explained as being, it's just cosmic energy moving through places and spaces. What I do realize, and what I now kind of get an understanding of, is the 3D energy that people talk about. And I'm not really sure how to explain 3D energy, but it's sort of that chaotic drama, falling away, the sort of not the light, bright energy that we're now experiencing, that we're going on this dreamlike state. Some of you that are light workers, that are following something a little bit different, a different vibration, a lighter vibration, a spiritual vibration, connecting with spirits, will definitely be feeling a heightened sense of intuitiveness, a supernatural skills that are coming in. The ones that you're going to need to use are being sharpened. They're being sort of like superimposed. Some of you may start to dig more into, like myself, tarot, oracle, different ways of thinking, being, living, creating. This year, most definitely, with the help of Jupiter and I want to say Uranus, those planets, creativity should be front and center. And creativity could simply be writing on note cards. It could simply be painting. It could simply be getting creative, being in touch with your soul to create something. Now, with the falling away of the old and making way and making room for the new, this is what we're talking about. So while majority of the world, governments, financial, the banking, the education, the health system, on a global level, we're not talking about just in the western part of the world, I'm here in the United States, or parts of Europe, all over the world, wherever you are, there is this breakdown in what governments are doing. Government systems are not able to cope. They're not sure what to do. And it makes no sense. Some of this stuff makes no sense whatsoever. I personally have experienced these odd delays with things. Calling in what would normally be a day or two, we can get service to you, we can help you, might be a week. May never know when you're going to come get. I had somebody on Wednesday come to look at some plumbing issues again that I'm having. Last week it was a hot water heater. This week was one of the toilets leaking. Not really sure when it's going to get fixed. The man just took one look, pulled the top of the tank off. Oh, we have to rebuild this whole thing. I'll send you a quote. Down the stairs he went, out the door he went. Didn't fix it. Didn't. Just said it all has to be the gaskets, the seals, the lally. That's it. So, okay, well, if it was the only one I had in the house, that would be a bit of a problem. And there we go. These are the things that will continue to sort of rattle the cage. Now, what I want to explain to you, and we'll see if these cards line up, is if you've ever heard of that term rubbernecking, where here's all this drama going on over here, and the cards are moving slowly, and everybody's looking. Imagine in your head this drama and chaos happening over that side of the road, that side of the highway, that side of this. And you and me and all of us that are in creative dreamland at one point would have been considered hairy-fairy and away with them, like odd, like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We're moving over to this more streamlined way of being. Sometimes I look back at the last 2 years and I think to myself, I did things, bought things, turned my mind to things, created things I never thought I would. And now I look at the reason, oh, well, this was all meant to be. I was meant to do this. I was meant to do that. I was meant to do the other thing. And the timing worked out perfectly. The timing, I got the time to pursue something else. I got the time to do something else. And this is what I'm urging you to do. We are, by nature, spirits inside a human body, connected to Gaia, the Mother Earth, connected to source energy that created us as the extension. We also be given a human environment, a human, if you will, I like to believe we're spirits having a human experience. Part of the human experience is the choice, the freedom to choose. That freedom to be able to choose what you want, to be able to choose how you do things, be able to choose what you want to manifest, is expanding at such a rate, such a pace, we're feeling the physical effects, not so much, well, yes, the spiritual effects too. As our physical body changes, and let me give you an example of that. Some of you might have experienced some physical alterations, stuffiness, ringing in the ears, insomnia. We've talked about this. It also may have created some odd attractions to different types of food. You may be wanting, willing, thinking you want to try something else that you haven't eaten before. A lot of this new creativity that's coming, a lot of this new, I'd like to experience this, these sudden shifts in your interests, the sudden shifts in, oh, I think I might want to go do this or do that or do something else. All of these new experiences are being presented a bit like a buffet of life. Get to choose. Oh, I get to choose this, I get to choose that. And very quickly, with the help of some of this creative energy that's coming in, this light, this golden light, that will manifest for you. A perfect example, sometime earlier in the week, I was using my, won't say the brand name, cordless vacuum upstairs, and I don't think I even got a minute and a half out of it, and it quit. So I thought, well, maybe I didn't have the connections in right, what have you. So pushed it on charge. It was acting like it needed to be charged up. An hour later, came back, continued, same thing happened. So of course, you know, that's not working. So I'm saying out loud, I have to get a new vacuum cleaner. This is crazy. And I wrapped up the cord, packed it all down, got ready to figure out what to do next. Here comes a commercial in my email box for a company, an online company, offering today only special, this stick vacuum cleaner that you plug into the wall. Well, immediately I'm thinking, okay, there's a higher intelligence at work causing that to happen. Now, it could be artificial intelligence, such as these watches, because this one will go off and start asking me what I need, or couldn't hear me, couldn't understand me. I'm okay with all of that. I mean, it's a little bit creepy, but then I think, well, it's also very convenient. I mean, I've got nothing to hide, really. If there is one of these crazy satellites up there spying on me, we'll go right on ahead. I'm just like every other human being, doing my thing here. The fact that anything is private anymore is BS, because anytime you go anywhere in a vehicle, there's cameras somewhere tracking what you do, and that's okay. If somebody wants to spend all day long watching me, go right on ahead. I'm not worried. These are the kind of things I'm talking about. Finding a lighter, brighter, more creative way of going about your business, as opposed to dumping into all of that drama. Turn off the news cycle. Here's what I want you to know about that. Somebody has a vested interest, a financially vested interest, in telling you something awful is going to happen. Fear creates profits, creates money. Have you ever noticed the subliminal messages from local reporters that tell you, now don't go out and panic buy, and the next thing you know, the parking lots of your big box stores are loaded and people are running and rushing in like there is going to be a big, huge limitation on something. It's quite astonishing. Another case in point, you may be watching in your living room at one part of the world, and you're hearing about something that happened at the other part of the world that's going to affect all these other places. Oh my goodness, I've got to go out and stock up on 3,000 batteries, whatever. I'm just using these as examples of ways that this hoarding has happened, that this fear mongering has happened. And then in between the commercials of your news cycle, it is, if you're feeling any one of these things, take this pill. Take that pill. And you're looking at these hippy-dippy happy people on the commercial who seemingly have taken these pills. And then very, very quickly, The announcer tells you that it's going to cause you all these issues, health issues. It might cause this, that, and the other thing, blindness, this and this and this and this. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what in the world would somebody want to take that for, only to have this issue? Oh, I forgot. Health. Health. Not well-being, health. If I can convince somebody that that little spot here or that little something there is life-threatening, then they're going to want all these treatments. Now listen, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a legal professional. What I've just shared with you is just my own personal thoughts and feelings about what I follow or don't follow, what I understand or don't understand. This is not by any means to be taken as literal. I mean, if you love the news cycle and you like watching all of that, go right on ahead. I'm using it as an example. You've got a choice. You have a choice. Invest in it or don't invest in it. It's up to you. What I like to do is be creative. I like for every single day I get up, put my feet on the planet and give thank you for what I've got, the blessings, all of them. Dogs, the bed, the this, the that, the warm heat, the gas people, the electric people, the water people, that I've been able to do it, that I've opened my eyes and we've got going. Let's see what today can bring. Let's see what adventure I can get up to today and moving on. And usually they are great adventures. Usually everybody I meet is in a great mood, and I'm grateful for all of that. As opposed to this habit forming other side, which is all that 3D stuff. The collapse. Once something starts to collapse, once something starts to come apart, and let's face it, people, some of this stuff is coming apart, collapsing. Just I'm sorry to laugh. You just have to let it go. Wallop. There we go. It reminded me, why I'm giggling, it reminds me of a yoga class I taught, Yoga 1. I have 2 assistants. Ian was one of them, and Chris Brooks was another one. They were assisting the class, I think. No, it wasn't Ian. It was another fellow. 2 Chris's were assisting. 1 girl, 1 boy. And this person, in the in the middle of the end of the class, what have you, decided they were going to do this handstand. And I was said, okay, I'll assist you. Start in child's pose and then put 1 foot up in the air, and then you grab the lifted foot and you just literally guide it up so the other one can kick up. Well, the person wasn't waiting for the assisting. They weren't listening to, the legs just went flying up on the wall. Next thing I know, we knew it was going to be a collapse. And then not only did they feet hit the wall, but then they collapsed in a big heap, taking the curtains with them. The curtain rods and everything came down. I had to turn, and I had to sort of keep going with the eye towels, whatever I was doing, because it was just so comical that, these things happen. A big collapse. What do? You just let it all collapse, because eventually you have to pick yourself back up. Anyway, I'm digressing, and I'm talking with my hands, and my granny's here saying, stop blabbering, get on with it. All right, fine. Let's go to this camera and let's see what the guardian angel, that's from this deck right here by the lovely Radley Valentine, what message does this guardian angel have to say? Angels, ancestors, Father in the sky, Mother in the earth, thank you. We welcome your wisdom, we welcome your love, and we welcome your message today for anybody and everybody. Let's see who wants to come and bring a message. Just grab a card. Put these back up. I like this. It's like a little surprise that's going to happen. Ooh, what have we got? The Magician. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, yes. So, Major Arcana card. This goes along with being creative. The Major Arcana card in Tarot. The Magician is number 1. The Dreamer is number 0. So what I love about this is in numerology, number 1 is the first step. You've got it. You have all the power within you to manifest and empower whatever you want. See, preparedness, you are ready. And in this gorgeous grateful, wonderful picture, we have the infinity symbol above the angel's head. The guardian angel is holding his magic Harry Potter wand. He's also got a sword from the Archangel Michael, along with a staff that has a crystal on the top and angel wings. We've got a chalice that is filled with magic, and then there's nothing but magical stardust. There's money in the front, and this card, I believe, there are always guardian angels around. There are always archangels around these guardian angels. So let me have a look at what the magician, Radley Valentine says about the magician. There's nothing you can't do, nothing you can't accomplish at this time. Ask, and we will help you to quiet the voices of uncertainty in your mind. And the additional meanings is that suddenly realizing how very prepared you are for a task, skill, creativity or determination, resources that seem magically to appear, the ability to make changes quickly and successfully. So, you know, life in itself, if you think about how things come together, is pretty magical. And since we've chosen this card, it's because our plans will really begin to materialize very, very quickly. Guardian angels are walking beside us every single day. They've been with us always in everything that we do, in every direction of our life, in every way. They're always with us, helping us manifest everything that we need, everything that we want. And now that we're on this path, now that we're right out, we're stepping forward, we're in the number one of creating our dreams, the universe is going to reward us by making the road forward much, much easier. So for you, my friends, look for little signs that your angels are helping you. Focus on those signs and then like, oh goodness, there it is. With joy, with optimism, with excitement, and being sure to always be grateful, always be thankful, even if that's that little person that hands you something, you're like, oh my goodness, thank you, thank you, thank you. This in turn will increase the frequency with which you receive more and more and more of this guidance. So if you continue moving forward, you'll see clear and undeniable connections between you and the work you're doing, the people that you're meeting, and whatever you've done to prepare you for the journey and the skills needed to be successful. I love this card for you. I just love it. I love it for me. I love it for all of us. All right, my friends, listen, I'm going to go edit this video and send it out to you. Peace, love, all that good stuff. Until next time, be well and do it well. Bye.